Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another very informative video from your friends at edgeautosport.com. We have Cobb's new Air Oil Separator kit for the Focus ST. I wanted to show this to you guys because this is kind of the first Air Oil Separator kit on the market that we've seen, and it works a little bit differently than a traditional catch can setup. So let's go through it. We love Cobb parts, obviously. They make really cool stuff. They're heavily involved in the Focus ST world, so they also make this thing for the Mustang EcoBoost and the Focus RS. The only difference is the bracket. Otherwise, the exact same construction of the kit is involved here. This is the core of the kit right here. So I've left this a little bit unscrewed here so I can easily take it apart. As you can see, it's a two-piece design here. This is where all of the gunk is going to kind of collect. Now, the point of an air oil separator is that you're not collecting a bunch of gunk, you're sending it back into the crankcase. You know, the PCV system does not have anything in the middle between it and the intake manifold, so this catches all of those oil vapors that are created in the crankcase that normally get sent back into the intake system to be recycled. This is going to catch it and remove the contaminants that are associated with recycling that air. So instead of your valves getting all gunky and everything, it's going to send all those oil vapors back down into the crankcase. Now, how it does it is your PCV system just goes straight from the intake manifold, or sorry, from the breather plate, the PCV plate on the block, straight into the intake manifold. What this is going to do is intercept it and take that crankcase vent into here. This is a swirl pot design, so it goes in here, swirls around, goes to the bottom. There's a fitting located on the top that goes back to the intake manifold. So all that pressure goes back into the intake manifold under vacuum, and the bottom of the can right here then recirculates that oil vapor back into the crankcase. Now, under boost, this top fitting, there's a check valve in here, a ball style check valve built into the top part of the can. And under boost, it blocks the boosted airflow from coming back into here and into the crankcase to create that pressure. So it blocks that. So this is only really working under vacuum, and it's only for the PCV system. Now, one of the unique things to make this thing work is you'll see that this is kind of sort of the non-traditional part of this whole kit. This is what looks like a PCV plate, but it is different. Obviously, it has a open face and open on the back end too. That's because this is an adapter. You actually take the factory PCV plate off, put this onto the block, and put the factory PCV plate back on. And so this is doing everything that the factory PCV plate is doing, but allowing it to drain back in from the bottom of the can. So that is the difference between a catch can and this setup. I've gotten a radium plate to kind of show you the difference here. We sell a ton of these. This is a more traditional setup where that PCV valve is replaced here, goes to a catch can, and then that catch can revert back to the intake manifold as well. The difference is the catch can is catching all that gunk, all that oil vapor, and storing it, whereas this is sending it back into the crankcase. So that is the fundamental difference of this kit. It's emissions friendly, it's factory functionality, it just keeps your intake system clean. That's the #1 job of this kit. I love this kit. I mean, the fittings are like, speaking of radium, I love radium for the quality. It reminds me of that kit, of all the radium parts. It's very, very similar in construction and quality. So you can't go wrong with this kit. The fittings are beautiful. The can construction is just great. So it's a very complete kit. All the hardware is included. Of course, some Cobb stickers. You got a Cobb EO number to place in the vehicle if you want as well. So that about does it. Hopefully that helps you understand what this kit is all about. We're excited to bring this kit to you at edgeautosport.com. Head over and check it out. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments. We'll see you next time.